Namaste everyone. Today we have one big interesting chapter, engineering, science and technology. We will have multiple sessions on this chapter due to the volume of the subject and the contents. Bharat, we know that from our earlier chapters how much of knowledge and wisdom that our ancestors possessed. The Sanskrit was described as as a language of science because many of the mathematical, astronomical, chemical, medicinal postulates or theories were explained in the form of shlokas. However, if you see your textbook, it will explain only the inventions that was carried out in West, that is in Europe or in America. So this is a Eurocentric methodology because today the most of the available references on history is written by those people only. Many of these references are in English. So we hear a lot about Archimedes, Pythagoras, Leibniz, and very rarely about Varahamihir, Aryabhat, Bhaskaracharya, or Kanada. So this is also due to the colonization and followed by the colonial mentality, the generations that came post colonization. This mentality created a dependency and too much of a desire towards the concepts, thought works of the external parties than that of our own national. Rather, it created a kind of a trivialization, suspicion, carelessness, and hatredness towards the indigenous concepts, thoughts, and the things as well. So, this is due to the sheer ignorance on our past. So, Bharat, where you will find the talent in abundance and in every corner of the country. This country itself is a very talent rich nation. So the world has witnessed this many, many times. The skilled Indian professionals are in every part of the world, contributing to the success of that country in which they are residing. Thus, they are bringing the glory to the motherland. It may be technology, or it may be medicine, or it may be service, or a labor. You have Indians there. Even in India, too, you will be amazed to see that the small inventions that our people do, which make their day to day life so easy. You would have noticed uh, a skilled potters in your vicinity only. That was the we need not go anywhere else. So the skilled potters, mechanics, the tailors, cobblers, cooks, and and even the street vendors too, you will find some or the other interesting thing with them. They would have done something very interesting. Some maybe a particular task which may be taking lot of effort and time. They would have done something, an easy way to do that one. It may be something, usually in normal language you'll call that as a jugad. So some jugad he has done, so something like that. So especially our farmers who face challenges of nature, either in the form of excess or less rain or due to the pests. They invent new instruments that will help us. So you would have seen in the coastal. So they would have seen that when people they would have invented something very simple instrument that will help them to climb the arachne trees, or it make something, an instrument that will make a big sound, and it will chase away all the monkeys that are attacking the crops. Or they maybe would have harnessed wind to fetch water. There may be they would have put something that one you would have seen in the movies as well. So electricity, and they would have used this electricity from that stream which is coming from the mountains. And there may be they would have done some plowing machines which will help them in their agriculture. And they would have also found some cleaning machine. So there is a scientist in uh, every one of us. So it need not be coming from our conventional school college education, everything. So that is that invention. It is something that when it is something which has come in this country in their blood itself from their ancestors. So the let's see the general science. So, in your study material, you would have read about that button, shampoo, crystallized sugar, charka, plow, etc. These were invented in India. So, you would have also seen that one, that plow and the buttons which are made from the seashells, all those things. It would have, it is found in even the Indus Valley civilization. So, uh, any civilization have you seen that one, so which explains about the universe, world, cosmology, etc.? You don't have heard that one, because it is only our civilizations, it is only in India. So this concept is are explained, the concept of sun centric solar system, earth revolving around the sun, so all these things with the mathematical proofs. So, or you would have you seen something that one regarding uh, categorization of the five elements, like Prithvi, fire, water, sky, and air. So, is any other civilization or anywhere else as they considered as a basic elements or the tattvas? That one also not there. So it is, so you can imagine that one. So how our ancient how our ancestors were at that time, so how intelligent they were. So ancient India was a land of sages and seers as well as a land of scholars and scientists. So we had both. So research had shown that from making the best steel in the world to teaching the world to count, India was actively contributing to the field of science and technology centuries long before modern laboratories were set up. So you would have seen some of these iron pillars. So in near to Qutub Minar also there is one. So which is maybe 2000 year old. So which is still standing like that. Nothing has happened. It has. It's there for rain. It's there for heavy wind. It is there on the during the rainy season. It is there on the very high temperature as well. You know, the Delhi temperatures ranges 47, 48 degrees also. So nothing, it is not even rusted. So you can test this one just by throwing one iron stick or rod, something outside your house, and you can check it out. In 2 days it will start rusting. So something like that. So all these things where it was these are the some of the metallurgical examples that were these are the just samples from the day. So a book written by Kanada. So you will read more about Kanada in the study, in the study material. So a book is written by Kanada is Vaisheshika Darshana. So which says that things are made up of atoms. This was told 2,500 years before Dalton, who is an atomic scientist who found that atomic theory at that time. So the decimal system, numeral notations, Fibonacci numbers, binary numbers, Chakravala method. Chakravala method is a cyclic algorithm method to solve the quadratic equation. The ruler measurements, atom theory, heliocentric theory. Heliocentric theory is something that Aryabhatta proposed, where sun is the center of the universe. So this is something that one is also proposed by ancient Indians. Indians had conceived the concept of infinity of time and space. So you may know that one. What is space? Space is something which is unlimited. So there is no limit. There cannot be measured the space. Even the time also. It is an infinity. So this concept of infinity was conceived by, they understood this concept. What is infinity means. So Brahmagupta first stated the mathematical definitions of infinity. So mathematically how you will prove that it is infinite, so that is what Brahmadatta has done. So you would also would have watched the movie The Man Who Knew Infinity, whose story it is based on. Do you know about this one? Yes, it is S Ramanujam. So in the reference there are contributions of a modern scientist as well. So you go through that one and also look into more about that topic. So it is very interesting. So you will find many interesting stories about them. So especially you should read some of these scientists. Uh, you have to look into all these scientists because there is something or the other that is nice in their life that we can learn about. So if you look into C.V. Raman, Chandrasekhar, you know that Chandrasekhar is also Nobel laureate, and also C.V. Raman is also Nobel laureate. Chandrasekhar is a nephew of Sir C.V. Raman. So Chandrasekhar is something. US has named one of their satellite as also Chandra. So our favorite APJ Abdul Kalam, so Homi Jahangir Baba, S. Ramanujam, Meghnad Saha, Satyendranath Bose, Jagadish Chandra Bose, Vikram Sarabhai, Salim Ali. Salim Ali, what is specialized? Salim Ali is about all about birds. He is known as the Birdman of India. Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar, etc. So all these people, so you should know. You should read about them. So it is very good, and it will help you somewhere or the other. So there are tons of contribution that we will not be able to discuss in each of them. So that what I would request you all to explore in this field on your own. So other two chapters on this one is a chemistry, metallurgy, and mining. So India has a very ancient tradition of chemistry. So you may know Ayurveda also. So Ayurveda is nothing but it is the chemistry is also part of this Ayurveda. So in ancient text, amazing information is available on metals, ores, their quarries, compounds, and alloys. There are also details of hundreds of devices used in chemical experiments in Rasayana Shastra, which we call as a chemistry. Chemistry is known as the Rasayana Shastra. So there have been many chemists in the past. The creations of some of them are as creation of the some of them are like this. So it is Nagarjuna. So Nagarjuna was one of the earliest chemist. So what he has done? So he has done on the Ras Ratnakar, Kaksha Puttanantra, Arogya Manjari, Yog Sagar, Yoastak. So this is what all his works that he has done. So there was a person called Vagbhat. So Rasaratna Samuchay. So this is what he has written. So Govindacharya has written Rasarnava, and Yashodhara has written Ras Prakash Sudhakar, and Ramachandra has written Rasendra Chintamani, and Somadev has written Rasendra Chudamani. So these are the various books of references of our ancestors on the chemistry. So in the laboratory, Nagarjuna had done so many experiments, and based on the mercury, he has explained the methods of purifying and medicinal use of mercury in detail. In his text, Nagarjuna has given the method of preparing a mixture of various metals, purification of mercury and also other metals, purification of Maharas, and converting various metals into gold or silver. So this is something that one people try to do from long time. But there are texts about this one also, how to do this one also. So it is there. So Kautilya's Arthashastra. So who is Kautilya? Kautilya is the Chanakya. Arthashastra also contains a lot of information about mining, information about mining, metallurgy, chemistry, etc. Purification and extraction of metallic ores like gold, silver, copper, lead, zinc, and iron are explained in that book. So in Ayurveda, the chemistry is explained in many places. The five types of common salts and 84 types of wines are explained in Ayurveda with the help of chemistry. Uses of various chemicals like copper sulfate, cinnabar, lead oxide, mercury, combination of lead oxide and mercury in surma, and many cosmetic items and perfumes are also explained in Vagbhatta's Ashtagrahadhyaya. So these are just few examples that we have at this point, but there are a lot of many things on the basis of which it can be said that there has been a wonderful tradition of chemical science in India for thousands of years. Due to the attacks of foreign invasions and the destruction of the Sanskrit literature in the period of slavery, the tradition decreased. It is necessary today to study some of these ancient texts of Sanskrit with some people who have a knowledge of modern science, thereby learning from the ancient as well as modern science, the research of chemistry and Ayurveda. This should be encouraged in accordance with India's environment, climate, and nature. Okay, so with that, we have come to the end of these three chapters. So please read the study material and also explore on this subject. There are many resources that are available on this topic. If there are any questions, so kindly send it in WhatsApp group, or also we can discuss this in our session. So happy reading about Bharat, and all the very best, and thank you very much.